man's personality and character is exuded through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
Can't remember my roommate's name, but we couldn't get into our room, and two exotic dancers came down the hallway and said, "Here you go, let us give you a hand with that."
How about that?
I was 16. It was like, whoa. Mandy at Edmonton has checked in, by the way. She says, flashback. I did find glitter around an ex's house all the way into the bedroom. Now you know. No charge.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It absolutely is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Flame Tech Football Friday. I can tell you that we're coming in hot here on Canada's daytime sports talk show. And good afternoon to Eastern Canada. Good morning to those of you in the West like us, and to our American friends. Thanks for joining us today. RP here, Moose there. What's up, Moose?
Not much.
That's really catching on, by the way, Moose.
Well, they asked me at the rink. I walked in, and Greg was he said, is Rod the only one that calls you Moose, or do other people actually call you Moose? It's starting to catch on a little bit.
And I like it.
On social.
I really like it. John Frenzy's hot to trot today. That's why I say we're coming in hot. And the viewers are right again. They want to know his thoughts on what's been an interesting week in the Canadian Football League. And John will be with us in Block 2. It's actually, I'm sorry, I just ate a G2G bar. It's kind of stuck up in my grill.
Okay.
It's good, though. John Frenzy with us. AJ Jakubec will be with us as well, the voice of the Ottawa Redblacks, the pre- and post-game host of the Ottawa Senators radio broadcast. He's the voice of the Ottawa 67s when he has time, and Ottawa Fury, if they haven't changed their name, I think it's Ottawa Atletico now. We'll get Aaron Jacob Jakubec to sort that out when he joins us. He and Lynch tend to get in arguments.
Yeah.
If you recall.
Yeah.
You remember AJ, John? Yeah. So I hope they get in an argument today. And Barry Davis will join us, Blue Jays Sportsnet alum, and he's going to join us to talk about the Bluebirds as they open up at Tampa Bay tonight. So those are our guests, and of course, you, a very big part of the show, our viewers, so get ready to chime in as we go. I appreciate, the comments are coming in like crazy. Dean Tix in Green Bay says, "Happy Friday, all." Ryan McCarthy in Saratoga, New York, it's Football Friday. A lot of the Americans. Can we get a little noise from the Canadians around here? Is it just Americans watching? And before I go any further, Canadian lifestyle clothing is what's clothing me today. Our good and longtime friend, Craig Campbell, he's the executive director of the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. It's his son that comes up with this lifestyle clothing. I love it, especially with what I'm wearing. Sand-colored shorts. I don't know if this is coming across on television, but this is a, what would you call it? Earth tone.
Very earth tone green.
Yeah.
Deep and it's good.
I've become the guy that if there's a fir tree on anywhere, a fir tree in your logo, I'm a fan.
You're in.
So Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
Max Paddock's goalie mask.
That's right.
I just love what makes us Canadian lifestyle clothing. Thanks for sending it to us. Okay, quick 6 show topics, please, Jordan. Let's go. Because it is a Football Friday, but we're going to talk about all things here in the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace before we settle in on the football discussion. So where are they? Number one, the Leafs-Jets game was over by the time I got to the Dub Hub last night. It was over, basically. Didn't they jump out to a 4-0 lead, Toronto?
No.
What did it end up?
It was 3-2 after one. It ended up 5-3, I believe, in with an empty net goal. So it was 4-3. Yeah, into the start of the third, they added there was not much going on in the late part of that game. It all happened early. It all happened.
That's why it was over early.
It was over early. Yeah.
So my leftovers is that a Leafs-Jets playoff series wouldn't be good news for Winnipeg. That's the way that it's looking right now. And you don't expect Connor Hellebuck's going to allow 3 goals on 6 shots most nights, but that's what happened last night. And then Laurent Brossoit didn't fare much better. So I guess you burned the tape. Pomo looked very upset after the game, and he had reason to be for a variety of reasons. But let's remember, Winnipeg, this stage right here, the home stretch, is about fine-tuning, getting your game together. You have what you have now. The trade deadline's over. You are a good team. So let's get it together and roll. But it's going to be the Oilers that they're going to face in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It looks like in round 1, that's a big test there.
Very big.
And this is your chance to prove that it's not the 1980s anymore, that you're not our dad's Jets. So don't worry about what happened last night to the Leafs, but you got to get it together. And the other thing was, did you see Alex Galchenyuk's hit on Adam Lowry? You must have seen it.
Yeah.
Well, Maurice was upset about that after the game, and a lot of the Jets fans were. And I looked at the replay several times in full speed, not slow-mo. I don't care that Adam Lowry's 6 inches higher than Alex Galchenyuk. You hear that all the time from the teams that get hit.
Right.
When they're bent over at the waist, what does that mean that they're 6 inches higher?
Nothing.
And they were like bumper cars. He just kind of rolled into him. It wasn't a charge. It wasn't a blatant elbow. So, and Lowry seems to be okay. I know what you just went through with Blake Wheeler, and he was back last night. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't think that the Galchenyuk hit was dirty at all. Jacob Vrana scores 4 for Detroit last night. Call him the hot wing. Avalanche have clinched. The Avalanche have clinched. It's just going to be a Vegas-Colorado head-on division championship there in the Honda West.
Man, that's going to be good.
Yeah. See, up here in Canada, we got a 3-horse race, really. Montreal looks like they'll be the 4th team. Throw them up in the air for the most part as to where they land standings-wise. But as far as the Honda West, it's a 2-team race. And that's exciting because they're 2 very good teams. Yeah. And then the other one was, as I was perusing NHL PR this morning, Theo Fleury. Well, Sebastian Aho potted 2 shorthanded goals last night for Carolina, which is it's a rarity. And then I looked, Theo has the NHL record for 3 shorthanded goals in a game. I had no idea.
I didn't either. Wow.
No. So that's something, Theo. I'm waiting for a retweet, by the way, on that. But exciting night in the National Hockey League. And we roll in tonight. We got 5 games. But Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights, are off. CFL leftovers. I know you all are waiting for Lynch's take because you've been asking for it. But I will roll into this. You know, the news dropped Wednesday. We had 24 hours to absorb it, talk about it Thursday. And now here, people are just kind of looking back going, okay, where are we at as CFL fans in this country? Do we think that they're going to play? I was thinking about that for a poll question, but we've done it so many times. There's still a lot of conditions. Frenzy has pointed out the column in the Leader Post today by the esteemed Post media columnist Rob Vanstone, who says there's just like way too many conditions attached to this announcement. They love the assertion. We will play CFL football in 2021, but it's very hard to make a prediction when fans are writing us from all across the league saying, do you think they'll play, Rod, August 5th or not at all? We don't know what the backup contingency plans are. We don't even know what they are. So it's very hard to make an informed decision on whether the CFL will play this year or not when the owners don't want to put their cards on the table. Those are my CFL leftovers. I can tell you the players are hella excited. And they should be. And I really hope that they're not setting up for a fall because we've been down this road before. I pick a side and I stay there. I'm not coming off this, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I'll believe it when they see the field. But until then, we'll talk about the other things. I was quite disappointed in the CEBL, by the way, delaying their season. Not disappointed in them, but it seemed like this was a league that is like, come hell or high water, we're starting on time. And then they didn't. And that's pretty disappointing, too. But before I move on here to point 3, any leftovers the last couple of days from what's gone down in the CFL?
Yeah, I mean, at first it's like, okay, they finally have things together because we're getting an announcement and they're keeping us in the loop. But I also realize that announcement doesn't mean they're going to play. It's just open communication about what they're targeting now. Then I open my social media and I see everybody rushing to the vaccines and more people that I know getting vaccinated, and the ages come down lower and lower and lower, and I'm like, maybe they will play. And then I open another social media, and in a different province, they're backed up and nobody's getting vaccinated, and it's getting worse. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're not going to play. So I get excited, I don't. So it'll be very interesting to watch the vaccines roll out, watch everything happen. What I will say is between now and August, it is going to look so much different than it does today, good or bad. So there's reason to be optimistic, but there's also reason to just be a little cautious and don't buy your tickets yet or don't book your holidays yet.
Oh, well, you can book your holidays up till August 5th.
That's right.
And your camping spots.
Oh, yeah.
And all the rest.
But don't take time off work because the Riders are going to play on a Thursday night or
it's just interesting because we talked about all this at our morning meeting and the infamous Paul was up here and we talked about what's raging in India now and flights not being allowed into Canada. Why were they in the first place for the next 30 days because of variants that are coming in? We'd spent a long time talking about the global situation of the pandemic, which frankly, the CFL is the flea on the elephant's ass of that whole thing, really. I mean, it's important to the CFL people, but the government, it's like, yeah. And then at the end, Lynch is like, and in 3 months, we're playing football. Were you not listening, John? So we'll get his take. Where's Trent in Norway? Let's get it. Norway calling. The bunny hug looks great. The gratuitous shot here. 14 CFL games are better than nothing if everything falls into place. Regarding the Rough Riders, after Craig Reynolds sent an email to the fans this week, it seems like Mr. Shepard's Friends of the Riders lottery needs to come back to help the bottom line. Have a good weekend, everyone. What do we think about that, Lynch?
Tom should come back.
Tom should come back.
He's got the ability. He made it happen.
I don't think they want him.
Well, that's great.
Point 3.
$23 million he got for them.
Blue Jays are at Tampa Bay tonight. And that's exciting, and Barry Davis will join us a little later. I don't know if you want to say any more about that, but the Blue Jays are 8-10. The Rays are 10-9. They're all scrunched up in that AL East. I don't know if you've looked at the standings lately, but
it's a mess.
Yeah.
Jays are coming on, though, and they're starting to play a lot better.
Frankie Benvenuti is watching in Ottawa. Frankie Benvenuti. He's one of my dudes from the nation's capital. He does podcasts on the OHL, the 67s, the CFL. There he is. What up, Frankie? Why don't you tell me if the CFL is going to play, Frankie? What do you think? And by the way, he follows U Sports football very closely, too. That's kind of the forgotten child in this. Hey?
That's right.
I'm hearing a few questions of, hey, over here, what about university football? It's a big deal.
I know.
Why is nobody talking about that?
I know. And
do we know?
No, but we'll get into that for sure.
When?
That's my whole thing, and I think there's going to be a whole week where we'll have some time to talk U Sports football coming up in May.
Jack watching in Vulcan, Alberta says, we're running out of vaccines in Alberta, and our COVID cases are the absolute highest it's been from the start. So the "we will play CFL football" is misleading. I really hope that they're not intentionally misleading this nation, fans, players. I really hope they aren't. Point 4, the NFL draft is next week. And it's Thursday's round 1. It's led to our poll question today. I'm quite enjoying the lead up. Only in the National Football League, Darren, with a week out. That's all they're talking about in American football. That's pretty cool. That's what I was trying to get going with the CFL by talking about it daily, year round, but the tall foreheads weren't interested in doing that. So the poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center is, which NFL quarterback prospect will be the best pro? And the latest mock draft I saw this morning, it was from The Athletic, had 5 of the top 5 picks, 4 will be quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence of Clemson running away 47%, they say, will be the best pro prospect. That's why he's going number 1 overall. But the guys behind him, that's kind of exciting. Nobody really knows. That's the intrigue.
That's right.
So Justin Fields of OSU is at 22%, Mac Jones of Alabama, 18%, and Zach Wilson, who's pegged to go number 2 overall to the Jets, 13% of the vote. So they're talking about it, and that's very exciting.
Zach Wilson, to me, kind of came out of nowhere in the last 2-3 months. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was talking about Lawrence or Fields. And don't forget about Mac Jones, because he's with Alabama. And those were kind of the 3 sexy names. And then all of a sudden, Zach Wilson's pegged to go number 2, because you start seeing more tape on him and paying more attention to him and seeing the combine results or his pro day and everything else. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch.
By the way, Frankie in Ottawa says, if we're relying on me to know we are in trouble. Haha. Let me guess, Frankie, you tuned in to hear what we thought, if we had the answer. We don't have the answer. Nobody has the answer. I think what I was wanting to get to is what we got to, and that is the statement, we will play CFL football in 2021, was in a lot of ways hollow and in a lot of ways misleading. And 48 hours after, people are starting to realize, wait a minute, how can you say that? Which is disappointing. And then after those 4 quarterbacks, it gets very thin. That's the read that I get. We got to get Craig Smith on the air next week, our director of scouting, because he's all over this, man. He called Chase Claypool where he was going last year. Do you remember that, to Pittsburgh in the second round?
Yeah.
He's a savant. Point 5, Dub Hub. Here's what happened last night in the Dub Hub. We called this one. The Swift Current Broncos beat the Regina Pats 4-2. The Saskatoon Blades were shut out 4-0 by the Prince Albert Raiders. And tonight, it is the Regina Pats and the Moose Jaw Warriors. 8 p.m., we'll have the call. Access Now Television from the Dub Hub. And I got to say this with the Connor Bedard thing. I got people writing me, sliding into my DMs, saying, can you get me a Bedard card? They don't want the other 25 guys. They want the Bedard card. Trust me, I get it. I've been driving that bus. So I'll get it for the sponsors of our show that have asked. Anybody else? No soup for you. That's part of sponsoring this show. You get privileges. You get inside access.
That's right.
So for the sponsors of the Rod Pedersen Show that have asked for Connor Bedard rookie cards, I'll get you them. Anybody else? Lose my number. Are you ready for the top 5, bottom 5 of the National Hockey League? And I'm quite proud of this week's top 5, bottom 5. I put a lot of thought in it, at least 3 minutes. Number 1, the Vegas Golden Knights, y'all, Canada's team. Number 1 in the entire National Hockey League, Vegas. Number 2, Colorado Avalanche. Number 3, Carolina Hurricanes. Number 4, Washington Capitals. These are all division leaders. And number 5, the Boston Bruins, who have won 6 in a row.
Wow.
Watch out for the Bees.
Wow.
Top 5 again. Vegas, Colorado, Carolina, Washington, Boston. The intrigue doesn't stop there. Look at the bottom 5, okay? This being the worst. Number 27, the Ottawa Senators. They beat Vancouver last night. Things are looking up.
Yeah.
Number 28, the San Jose Sharks.
Ooh.
2 wins in their last 10.
And they were close.
Sharks are like floating. They're sinking to the bottom of the pool. 29, the Anaheim Ducks. If you're not selling wins, you're selling hope. They're selling hope. Number 30, the Buffalo Sabres. We got a new worst team in the NHL, Darren. Do you know who it is? Want to take a stab?
I don't.
The Columbus Blue Jackets. Actually, that's more of a...
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah. Columbus Blue Jackets, man.
There you go.
They're sucking slew water. That's the quick six. That is the NHL top 5, bottom 5. And when we come back, AJ Jakubec, AJ on Sports from the nation's capital. See you in a while, Dupes, because we got a lot of business to take care of.
Yeah, we'll take care of some of that.
Four Seasons Sports Palace brings you the warm-up. Frenzy's in here next, too. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live daily, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds full-service car wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of lemon and Saskatoon berry with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back to the RP Show, everybody. Shout out to the trainer of the Brandon Wheat Kings, by the way. Scooter's got his... I I don't know if we can throw that out. We'll throw it up later. He's got his RP Show bunny hug on that he's wearing to the rink today from the Brandon Wheat Kings. I got the Wheat Kings jacket here. I'm going to wear it an hour, too. We got so much gear coming in here that I got to split it up hour by hour. Oh. No, we're not. Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s, writes in and says, if everyone transfers you $100 to sponsor today's show, will you get them Connor Bedard cards? No, they only go to people who care. And if I see that you are selling Connor Bedard cards, you will be beaten at center ice. To anybody that asks for Connor Bedard cards and then goes and sells. No, I'm serious. I was going to say castrated, but I thought I'd be canceled for that. How about that? But I know our sponsors really want these Connor Bedard cards. Okay, Frenzy's here. It's brought to you by Wheaton Kia. Lynch, we'll get to you, but AJ has been waiting for a long time. You guys can intertwine on this interview. AJ Jakubec, the voice of the Red Blacks. There he is. How you doing, my man? AJ, long time no talk.
Yeah, doing great. Great to be with you. Bunny hug. When I'm hearing about bunny hugs, I'm just waiting to hear about Vico, and now I know I'm on a show in Saskatchewan.
Absolutely. We're changing the vernacular of this entire continent. Yeah. So, listen, John Lynch is going to chime in with his thoughts. What are yours, AJ, on Wednesday's news? Because you and I talked leading up to it. Now we got it. August 5th, target kickoff. What's your read?
I'm positive. You know what? I just think the people that I talk to, for example, we had Mark Gowdy on this week, and I've talked to him, quite regularly through this process over the last couple of years.
Governor of the Red Blacks, by the way, just to tell people who he is.
Yeah, president, CEO of the Ottawa Sports and Entertainment Group. So they run the Red Blacks, but also the Ottawa 67s. By the way, two teams. Is there another company in the world? It's not their fault, but I don't think there's another sports and entertainment company that has two teams that haven't played a game since the pandemic started. So I feel for them and the OHL season being canceled and all that kind of stuff. But, when I talked to him last year, I never got any sense of optimism whatsoever that there was going to be a season. I never even got up to 50% optimism from him. And through this process this year, he's been very optimistic. And to me, it's twofold, right? I mean, when I talk about sports, I call sports people. When I talk about medical issues, I call doctors and that sort of thing, right? And there's just this sense, when you talk to people in the medical community that in 8 to 10 weeks we're going to be in a much better spot, maybe where Israel is right now. So that's what gives me optimism that we're going to play this year. But let's see how it plays out.
Frenzy, yours, please.
What's the feeling of the fans there, Al, in Ottawa? Are they with the team? Are they care or giving up or what?
No, they care. You know what? The CFL, XFL stuff has been a story that, I host an afternoon drive show on TSN 1200 with Lee Versage, and, there's a lot of passion about this story. So I think people care. People want to see football. The people I talk to, and I think, it doesn't matter about CFL, XFL. It doesn't matter about, this year. They just want to be back at TD Place. They want to see football. They want to have a beer on the concourse with their buddies and, touchdowns, sacks, athletic plays, physicality, whether that's, they want it this year in the form that the CFL is. And I think, a lot of them, not all of them, right? You're not going to get unanimity everywhere, but, a lot of these people that I talk to of all age groups just want to see football. They've seen it go away twice before, right? And in particular, the last time with the Renegades, I don't think anyone thought it was going to come back. So, a lot of these fans are very mindful of the fact that they just want to see 20 years down the road, the Ottawa Red Blacks play football.
Well, that's great. And now how about the other cities? Do you have any, Hamilton, I suppose, is pretty good, but what about Toronto and Montreal? We keep hearing that there's not really a lot of interest in those two cities.
Well, and that's the concern, right? You make calls across the country and like Toronto is Toronto. I don't think anyone's come up with any kind of plan to save the Toronto Argonauts. And I think that's probably where Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment is at right now. And so, but when you talk to people in Montreal and Vancouver as well, and people that are passionate about CFL football, that have a vested interest in it, I don't get a lot of optimism there that the status quo is going to work long term also. And so I think that's why we're in the position we're in. Look, like I understand the passion of the 3 down fans. Like, I'm a football fan. Honestly, like 40 years, I grew up going to Commonwealth Stadium and seeing, the tail end of the dynasty years with Warren Moon and Jim Germany and Dave Fennell and Larry Highbaugh, Brian Kelly and that group, right? So I've been watching CFL football for 40 years, but I've been watching football.
Sounds like
for 40
me.
years, so I don't care about 3 down, 4 down, any of that kind of stuff. Like I just want football. I love the product, regardless. Like, to me, it's not like the Hail Mary from Doug Flutie to Gerald Phelan in '84, Boston College and Miami. I didn't turn off the TV that day and say, well, you know what, that would have been so much better if it was 3 down. And same with, Burris to Ellingson and the '89 Grey Cup. I didn't turn off the TV that day and say, well, you know what, well, that game would have been so much better if it was 4 down. It's great. To me, the product is great on both sides of the border. And so, like, to me, I think you can work with that. The bigger thing is, like, I think there's a lot of people, even in the media, that are in denial about how much trouble these franchises are in the big markets. I talked to a former CFL executive recently about franchise values. I mean, Bill Daly in the NHL talked at length about protecting the asset. That's why they're playing. NHL teams, even with their broadcast revenue, they're losing a pile of money right now. But they're playing because they're protecting the asset. The Saskatchewan Roughriders. So I asked him, what are the Saskatchewan Roughriders? He's a guy that would know. And he said, probably over 100 million. Not sure the exact number, but certainly triple digits. What are the Ottawa Red Blacks worth? Well, depending pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, 15 million, maybe 35 million, somewhere in that range. Toronto Argonauts, what are they worth? $1. Montreal Alouettes, what are they worth? $1.
Yeah, less.
I didn't ask about the BC Lions. I didn't think I needed to ask about the BC Lions. Like this league needs a shot in the arm in those 3 cities. And to me, the status quo, when we're getting pretty good info here, from Dave Naylor, from yourself, Roddy, from people all across the country, you can connect the dots and say, these 3 franchises, the status quo isn't going to work. So if the status quo isn't going to work and the XFL goes and covets those markets, what do you do as the other 6 teams? What do you do if you're Craig Reynolds or Wade Miller or Mark Gowdy or Scott Mitchell? You just decide you're going to, carry on with 6 teams and no Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver while they try this new entity. So to me, I think, look, I don't want to sell out everything. The Grey Cup to me is a hill that I'll die on. 9 Canadian cities is a hill I'll die on. I think the Canadian players, need to be. I'm not necessarily saying the numbers need to be the same, but Canadian players, there has to be Canadian content in whatever this new league is. Beyond that, hey, there's going to be things I don't like. I'm not going to love the fact that there's no fall football. September and October, that's football season, right? So I don't love that. But if you get the right agreements in place beforehand, right? I don't want to see an announcement where they say, all right, we're merging. We're going to work on some things. No, I want to see an announcement that says, okay, we're merging. We got a 5-year broadcast deal that pays us a lot more than what we're getting right now. We've got a deal with Netflix or Amazon, kind of to do a games, but also maybe some sort of series, right? Like the F1 series that has drawn so many fans.
Yeah. I need to stop you there and get into some viewer comments. By the way, just because CFL XFL merger may play spring and summer doesn't mean we won't have university football to watch, and maybe we'll pack the stadiums that way across this country for junior and university football. Think about that. There's still that. Troy in Toronto watching. He says, I haven't heard a peep about the CFL XFL in Toronto and very little on... Where is it? Very little on Sports Center. It slipped off my... very little on Sports Talk. Larry Dye says, I would love to watch a Red Blacks game from the balcony of that apartment building. Larry's watching in Medicine Hat. You've been on the balcony of that apartment building in the end zone, have you not?
I have.
Having cocktails with the owner?
Because I'm always working.
Right. Well, it didn't have to be for a football game. Craig Campbell, Hockey Hall of Fame, downtown Toronto. Who's better? North side or south side? Always a good atmosphere there. What's better?
Yeah. Love them both. I broadcast Southside, so I'll go 51% that way, just because I broadcast on that side.
From Paul Totsky in Toronto, I'm an Argos fan. Can't wait till they come back. But if the league becomes a 4-down league, I'll likely just watch the NFL or European soccer. Well, Paul, see ya. You'll be missing out. Can't convince you otherwise. From Beneath Sports Twitter feed, watching in Toronto, says Damon Allen said on Fan 590 the CFL needs to pour their resources into youth sports and grassroots football in Canada. Do you agree this will help grow the league, AJ?
Yeah, that would help. But again, I think it's broadcast, right? And, I think they got a pretty good broadcast deal in Canada, but what more can you get out of that broadcast deal? You can get a heck of a lot more if you bring in not just, American TV networks, but what about Amazon, right? What if you have a special and you have games, right? They're getting into the NFL business. So, and again, I think the other two, like EA Sports, right? Or let's be honest, if you're going to a meeting with EA Sports or Caesars or Amazon or Netflix or Fox or ESPN or whoever, you have a better chance of getting video game deal, a gambling deal, a fantasy deal, whatever, broadcast with The Rock. Like that's where The Rock, that's where just his presence makes a factor. I don't expect that, all of a sudden 35,000 people a game are going to go to watch football in Houston just because The Rock is involved. No, it's about the doors that he can open, right? And if you go with The Rock, Larry Tannenbaum, Jerry Cardinal, and Danny Garcia, I think some of those doors that maybe wouldn't be open otherwise can start to open.
Hey, before we let you go, because we're running out of time, tell me a little bit about the OHL. What are you hearing? You're very connected. You've called 67s games for years. They're talking about a prospects tournament, I'm sure you've heard. Do you know how these kids are going to get on the ice, the draft eligibles at least, ahead of the NHL draft?
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about that. I haven't heard anything in a couple of days, to be honest. I talked to a lot of people on the day of the cancellation. I just feel for these kids, right? I mean, I think, for the draft eligibles, there's guys that, I look at a guy like Alex Formanton. Alex Formanton looks great right now with the Ottawa Senators on the penalty kill. He's one of the fastest guys in the NHL. And, this is a guy that in his draft year with the London Knights as a 16-year-old, because it's a 1 year later in the OHL than WHL, was 5'6". And so didn't play in the league at 16, all of a sudden played at 17, was a second-round draft pick and just shot up from there, World Juniors, all that kind of stuff. So how many of these guys, and look, if you're good, maybe it's a year away before these guys get looked at. But I just feel for so many kids that just didn't get the opportunity to skate. Like it's, back to OSEG and their situation, like the biggest revenue-generating league in the world that hasn't played a game since the pandemic, the Canadian Football League. Meantime, the best hockey league in the world that hasn't played a game is the Ontario Hockey League. And it's not, the OHL thing, I mean, there's a lot involved. I don't think it's on the individual clubs. Not going to get in any of that kind of stuff. But I just feel for, the staff, people that have a vested interest in it, and mainly the players, right? Just the fact that, they're going to be, I don't think you're going to see a lot of 5th and 6th round draft picks. Maybe I'm going to be wrong. Maybe they take a flyer on some of these kids. But I feel for those kids.
So do I. We'll find out draft weekend of the National Hockey League. And I wish we had more time, but we are out of it. AJ, always enjoy our visits. The viewers loved it. Stay safe, my friend. And you two didn't get in a fight, so today's a win.
Good seeing you again,
Frenzy.
AJ.
Love you, Frenzy.
I know. There's a lot of passion there with you guys. Okay, thanks, AJ. Have a great weekend. We'll be back with a sports update, and we'll defer to Lynch. Okay, Lynch, the way you want it.
Yep.
The rest of the way.
Okay.
His appearance is brought to you by Wheaton Kia, by the way. You can find them in North Regina, corner of Albert and Avonhurst. We'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus Television, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk. For Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics, Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of fun. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rob.
20 minutes left in hour one, but I know that it's going to go by in a flash. So I'm jumping right into this sports update. Matt Murray collected his second shutout of the week as the Ottawa Senators blanked the Vancouver Canucks 3-0 at Rogers Arena. Murray had 31 saves in the victory and extended the Sens' win streak to 3 games. Austin Matthews scored his league-leading 34th of the season, and Mitch Marner added 2 goals as the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-3 at Bell MTS Place. Toronto now 6 points clear of Winnipeg for top spot in the Scotia North Division. We have news out of Calgary this morning. Bill Lothian reporting that the Flames have canceled their morning skate after a player has tested positive for COVID.
Oh, boy.
The beat goes on, Frenzy.
Don't want to hear that.
From Ali Hicks, a viewer on Facebook, says, happy CFL Football Friday, catching a few minutes while on break. Really enjoying the RP show in the evening. PVR'd from Game Plus TV. Your show's always entertaining with a great variety of guests and conversation. Have a great weekend, RP show, and all viewers. Same to you, Ali. Thank you for the positive comments and for watching. Back to my sports update. In the Dub Hub, Reed Dick turned away 31 of 33 shots, and Michael Farron scored twice as the Swift Current Broncos doubled up the Pats 4-2. I called the game with Moose DuPont. It was a good game, not a great game. We'll be back on the air tonight at 8 p.m. Pats and the Moose Jaw Warriors. Maximilian Paddock made 20 saves for the shutout, and the Prince Albert Raiders down the Saskatoon Blades 4-0. Dustin Wolf had a 32-save outing for his 4th shutout of the season, and Hunter Campbell scored twice as the Everett Silvertips blanked the Spokane Chiefs 5-0. Dylan Guerin made 33 saves over the final 2 periods and 43 in all, and Connor Zeri capped a 3-goal third as the Kamloops Blazers beat Prince George 4-1, and Sebastian Casa made 30 saves, and Josh Williams scored once and set up 2 goals as the Edmonton Oil Kings beat Medicine Hat 3-0. From the CEBL, the Ottawa Blackjacks announced today the signing of Dominic Archie, a 6'7" forward from Augusta, Georgia. Archie has played 389 games as a pro in France, Italy, Israel, Belgium, Romania, and in the NBA G League. Again, Dominique Archie signing with the Ottawa Blackjacks. That sports update brought to you by the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. I'm going to the Prairie Mobile text line frenzy from Randy Butler on the 541. Says, did you survive the interview yesterday on Calgary Sports Radio? I told Lynch that I was going on Fan 960 yesterday. You couldn't believe it, Lynch.
No.
They had me on, and I survived it, and we talked CFL football for a good 20 minutes in primetime radio time in Calgary yesterday with Hustler. It was great. On a lot coming in here from Earl in Calgary. Is it just me seeing this? I like that pass to the middle in your own zone in the breakout if it's there, but it seems like way too many guys are now just deflecting it or just no-look passing it to the middle without looking half the time. Yep. Throwing it up the middle. We used to call that what do we call it? Apple turnover? Apple Betty?
Something like that.
Jets' second goal against yesterday was just a result of this. What he's just throwing it blindly up the middle, and nobody picks it up. They just put a stick on it. Anyways, from Earl in Calgary. New listener and absolutely love the show. How about that?
Hey, good. That's
How
great.
about that?
DG in Saskatoon. John, this is for you and all of us. But he says, morning, guys. Why haven't we adopted Trey Lance as our own in the rectangle, which we call Saskatchewan? His pop wasn't just some Rudy Poo on the Riders in the early 1990s. According to the NFL Network's Rich Eisen, Trey to the Bay, a.k.a. San Francisco, will happen at number 3. Come on. Rich Eisen is not Mel Kiper.
No way.
They're not taking an NDSU quarterback. Well, Carson Wentz went high.
No way. They're going to take the guy from Ohio State.
You think so, huh?
Sure.
But what do you remember about Trey Lance's dad playing for the Riders? Because this morning here in our lobby, we had on the NFL Network, and we all perked up. I took a picture of the screen. Where the heck is it? Here it is. Which quarterback prospect's father played cornerback for the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the London Monarchs? And I had no idea. Like Darren's like, you must have called his games. I'm like,
Hey, the Lufton,
if the player's 22 and I did the games for 20 years, no, it would have been before my time.
I'm 76 to 85.
That you called games.
Yep.
It was early 90s. Do I have to Google Trey Lance father? Maybe you'll remember.
Trey Lance. I don't think he was. I don't think it's
Carlton.
Huh?
His name's Carlton.
Carlton Lance.
Or maybe not. Hey, yeah. Hang on. I got to find this here. I don't remember, okay? I was not so diehard into the CFL nor the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the early 90s that I would remember this guy playing.
But he didn't play that well. I don't remember him. I don't remember him.
Carlton, a former cornerback at Southwest Minnesota State who played for the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the CFL and the London Monarchs of the World League of American Football. Carlton Lance. So there you go, DG in Saskatoon. Nobody remembers this guy.
No.
Lynch says if he played for the Riders, he didn't play well.
Must have been Lance for a glance, eh?
Lance for a glance. He was only here for a cup of coffee and a donut at Robbins. Frankie, stop. In Ottawa, Frankie Benevenuti says, okay, Rod, I got to know. Any F1 knowledge up in that head? Formula One? Come on, man. I just got into stock car racing last summer. I'm just trying to absorb everything in NASCAR. Don't get me going on Formula One. No. I'm taking golf lessons now.
Are you really?
Yes, I can't
get
into everything.
You gave in. You're taking golf lessons.
Carlos Legena in Indianapolis says it's not like we can remember every player who signed or played for a team.
Pretty well, though.
Lynch does.
Quarterbacks. Anybody? A lot of quarterbacks.
The important ones.
Yeah, I don't think that guy was here, quite frankly.
Yes. I'm watching the National Hot Rod Association. Yeah, I watched that in Vegas. Yeah, but still, I prefer to keep my sports on my continent. Why is that so hard for people to understand? European soccer, goodbye. Formula One racing, see ya. We'll be right back. Oh, got questions for you, Frenzy? We'll be back with Viewer Takeover. And by the way, next hour, Barry Davis to talk some Blue Jays. It is a Flame Tech Football Friday. Flame Tech is your industry leader in combustion services. Look them up. We'll be right back on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk, now streaming at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150-plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, everybody. And Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster John Lynch is here, too. It's a great day, Lynch. Man, are you having fun?
Great time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a good mood today.
I know you are. Took a while. You put me in a bad mood, and I've come back from that.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. You didn't mean to. A curling report for Verge Agriculture. No women's teams are unbeaten at the Grand Slam of Curling Players Championship after the last two squads with unblemished records suffered losses on Thursday. South Korea's Min Jae Kim gave up 4 in the 8th and final end and lost 6-3 to Switzerland's Elena Stern. Switzerland's Silvana Turanzoni, meanwhile, beat reigning Canadian champ Carrie Einarson 10-3. Kim, Turanzoni, and Einarson are tied for first in Pool A at 2-1, while Japan's Setsuki Fujisawa and Sweden's Anna Hasselberg are tied for the lead in Pool B at 3-1. In men's play, Scotland's Bruce Mowat leads Pool A at 4-0. Mowat won the first of 2 Grand Slam events last week when he beat reigning Canadian champ Brendan Botcher in the final of the Humpties Champions Cup. Team McEwen from Winnipeg, skipped by Reed Carruthers, is first in Pool B at 3-1. After play today, the top 6 women's and men's teams qualify in the playoffs. This curling report brought to you by Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's Precision Farm Tech software for free today at vergeag.com. By the way, our rock star of the day yesterday, just to throw that out there, was Sportsnet's Arash Madani. We'll be having a poll later on today to see who the rock star of the day is of today's program. John Frenzy, AJ Jakubec, or Barry Davis. It's brought to you by Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions. There you go. We've moved on from Pizza Pops. That was so last week. With regards to the CFL coming back, Glenn Erickson, our good buddy in Medicine Hat, he writes for dubnetwork.ca, among various things that he's into. He says, Rough Riders and Stampeders logos are all over Medicine Hat. Got to think there's some coin around here to be spent if the CFL plays in 2021. Always is.
Yeah.
You got friends in Medicine Hat, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Well, Graham Kelly, chief among them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Great. It's a good town. Medicine Hat's a good town. It's
underrated.
Underrated. It's about 35,000 people. It's thought it was a small town, but really it's a first-class town. Good hockey franchise there. Has been. Won a cup there.
A few
years ago.
87, 88.
Yeah. But weather's great down there. Much better than anywhere.
Better than here.
Better than Saskatchewan. For some reason, it's that area there. Maple Creek, Medicine Hat, same type of thing. Real good weather.
Chinooks.
Yeah, Chinooks. They have a good time. They support the hockey team really well. They're really with it.
They're really with it.
Yeah.
I got to read some comments here. Chris from the 905 writes in on the Prairie Mobile text line. SaskTel, your authorized SaskTel dealer. Rod, I agree. Don't stop being you. Living in the East, I sincerely appreciate your take on the CFL. Every show, as we don't get that here. Have you ever been to Hawaii to see a University of Hawaii game? Not gigantic crowds, but so much fun, from the different local foods during tailgating to the in-game experience to beachwear and sandals in November in the stands. Awesome bucket list event. My best, Chris. Thank you, Chris, in the 905. I got to go to Hawaii. I got friends that have coached there. Ryan Bold, right? June Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Chad Owens played there. Saul. Better call Saul. From the 204, Shad. Rod is the Howard Stern of Sports Talk. Shad in Brandon. I'll take it. From Ray in Kitchener, or in the Kitchener area in the 6. Hi, Rod. I'm hearing the CHL's attempting a prospects game, but COVID may impact those plans. Costs will be an issue to pull that off. Have to feel for the players, especially the OHL kids who did not have a chance to show their talents. What a mess. I know, Ray. Thanks for watching. Next hour, more with Frenzy. Second half kickoff coming up, and Barry Davis to talk Blue Jays. Stick around after the break.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. BDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150-plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Now,
can't remember my roommate's name, but we couldn't get into our room, and two exotic dancers came down the hallway and said, "Here you go. Let us give you a hand with that."
How about that?
I was 16. It was like, whoa. Mandy at Edmonton has checked in, by the way. She says, flashback. I did find glitter around an ex's house all the way into the bedroom. Now you know. No charge.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It absolutely is. Welcome, everybody, to a Football Friday brought to you by Flame Tech. That little incident there happened when we were in Brandon, and I was 16 years of age. I don't know if you heard about that. And appropriately so, I'm wearing my Brandon Wheat Kings jacket. I did a little wardrobe change in the break, Lynch. I told you that I can't wear all these clothes that everybody's sending, so. How about the Wheat Kings? How about that?
Yeah, it looks good.
Somebody tell McCrimmon. You're a big fan of the McCrimmon family. Remember that time in Phoenix?
Oh, sure do. Great time. Great time. A great time.
Funny. Listen, let's tell the story right now because that's what we do. I'm hosting a sports trip, and I think we took 62 people to Phoenix to watch NHL, NBA.
Two NFL.
And NFL, yeah.
Two NFL.
And, oh, goodness. Our tickets were in the very top of the football stadium. Remember that, Lynch?
Yeah, sure. I had to go to the top. That's where I was sitting. I told you that. At center field.
Well, I remember.
And on the 50-yard line, and who comes after me? Spots man.
Well, hang on. I'm not done. Okay. So we left after the game. And if you know Arizona, it's a lot of walking. especially around Glendale, the whole where the stadium and the arena is. And you said, listen, I'm just going to sit here on this rock. You go get the car. And I said, I'm more than happy to do that. So Lynch is sitting on a rock, a big rock, a block or two from the stadium, and in complete Rough Rider gear, right? You had your hat, your jacket. You look like a member of the coaching staff or the pep band.
That's right.
And who comes along? Take it away.
McCrimmon.
Byron McCrimmon
out of nowhere.
Kelly McCrimmon's dad.
Picks me up and takes me out.
He knew you.
He knew me, yeah. He knew me. How could that happen? Unbelievable. And he drives me home.
I know, which our hotel was not that far away.
No.
And then we went for steaks at Mike Ditka's after that. Remember that?
You certainly do. That was great.
It's one of the biggest and best steaks I've ever had in my life.
That was fantastic. And the kid from Cardiff was there too with us. Yeah, that was great.
And now he doesn't want to go on any trips with me again. Look at the way we'd get treated, Lynch. And you don't want to come with me anymore because you think you slow me down.
That's right. I think I do. I think I slow you and your wife down.
No, you don't. Okay. Where were we? Viewer takeover time. Thanks for chiming us in. We've had a few viewers check in with some bad news. The Calgary Flames canceling practice today as precaution for a positive player test. The Flames are due to host the Montreal Canadiens tonight as I look at the Sports on Tap tonight for the Tap Brewhouse and Liquor Store. So the COVID stuff continues. I feel that we were a little bit too negative Nelsons on you, Lynch. You came in here all excited about the CFL playing in 3 months, and we kind of talked you out of it. Where are you on that right now?
Well, what I am on right now as I sit here, I honestly have to say, I think it's ridiculous that we're intelligent enough and stupid enough to, in our minds, feel the whole thing is going to be settled by how many people have vaccination. We've got to have 100,000 people at least get vaccinated, all the way 2 shots, to possibly hope that 25,000 of those people will come to the football game. And I guess this is the same story in most of the other cities. But that's a long shot, boy, a real long shot. And I don't know what's going to happen, what the attitude's going to be like.
It is it's a wing and a prayer. I think we'd all wish that the CFL would step up and pay the money to have either played in America, played in a bubble in America, or played in a bubble in Canada. That's what's disappointing to me. Just to be praying that the vaccinations are going to come in time to play football this year just is a flimsy plan. It's very disappointing.
Well, that's a great word. That is the word I've been looking for. Flimsy. Yeah, that's right. Do I think it'll happen? Probably no. And I once again am disappointed in the solidity, that word, of
the owners?
Yeah. And he was talking about Glenn Gould, eh?
Glenn Dobbs.
No, he was AJ, one of the organizers of the Red Blacks on the table.
Yeah, the president.
The president, yeah. And I wanted to ask him, does he think that guy's put a big effort in? Is he happy with the effort of that
you know what?
I'd love to know that.
I'm actually glad that you said that, because when I was on Calgary radio yesterday, Fan 960, on the drive at 5, I have no doubt these guys have worked their butts off. That's the term they keep saying to you, right, Lynch?
Yep.
They're working their butts off.
They're bumless.
Yeah, they've worked them off.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that. But the problem is it goes only so far we don't want to pick up the price tag on doing this. And that's what's disappointing. And that's why I see a lot of the comments coming in here about the Dub Hub. Al Gibbs, my good buddy Al Gibbs, he runs the penalty box, Lynch, at the rink in Brandon, the Keystone Center. Yeah. He says, black and gold looks real good on you, Rod. Sean in Vancouver's watching, and he has texted. Hang on, Sean in Vancouver's watching on Game Plus. Looking good in that Wheat Kings jacket, giving Moose a run for his fashion money. Happy Friday. I think it does look kind of good. Can somebody send a photo to Kelly McCrimmon, please? In Las Vegas. But anyways,
looks good.
The Dubs playing. You don't think it's not costing these guys millions?
Yeah.
I think these are the answers that I'm not going to ask. I mean, we're trying to get Wade Miller on the air here, the president of the Blue Bombers. He may or may not come on. But I think, John, would you not like to know this? Because when I do all these sports radio shows, I had a host in Ottawa say, well, if TSN's TV money covers all of the salaries, Why are they not playing? Why is it so hard to play? If you play in a bubble, you're not paying the players. TSN is ostensibly. Why can't you play?
That's the big question. You see,
wouldn't you like that answered?
Of course. There's money out there. All the fans know there's money out there, particularly here. The Riders had real good year. Not a super year, but a good year. And a lot of money seems to be floating around, disappeared. About $200 million. We don't know where the hell it went. And we don't get any answers. And that's what everybody's looking for, too, across Canada. Where is it? What happened to all that money? And why can't they just do that? And like Goodell did with the NFL, just go ahead and do it. And
well, they got way more money there. You got to stop comparing the CFL to the NFL.
They got to do it in some way like that. Find enough money to get the teams on the field for at least a couple of games, and then rely on the revenue.
Couple comments.
Vaccination.
Yeah, from the viewers. From Dwayne, liked watching in Canada's football capital, Kipling. He says it's Dega this weekend. For you non-race people, that's Talladega. He says, looking forward to watching them trade paint at 200 mile an hour.
Trade paint?
That's a racing term. Well, Frankie in Ottawa. Thanks for the audience participation, Frankie, by the way. He says, Mark Gowdy, the president of the Red Blacks, said they're good to go even without fans. I was very optimistic when I saw that, too. But you know what I then realized? That's one team.
Yeah.
You need all 9 on the same page. I think that's what's dragging them down.
Yeah, but that's going to be the fly in the ointment. Getting all teams on the same page.
Yes. Joe Lazito, watching in New York. Frankie, he says, Frenzy makes everything sound so simple. Why aren't the people in charge listening to his wisdom?
They don't think it's wisdom here.
Yep. I had a comment here. They're coming in fast and furious here. Speaking of racing terms. Craig Monroe says, with an announcement from the CFL, the Riders and other clubs can say, hey, Lynch, give me your money. We're playing. Whether they play or not, it's cash for the teams. Like I say, I'd be very disappointed if this was a deliberate attempt to mislead the Canadian public about playing. And I don't think that it is. For the 8 millionth time, I'd just be happier if they said, we're playing no matter what. We're gonna fork the dough over and get them out there for the good of the sport and the league.
Now
which is what the Western Hockey League did.
Now they're going to come into Regina in the first week in July and have 1 week of quarantine, then go to training camp on the 9th for about a month and play 2 exhibition games. Then they're ready to play their first league game.
This is what you're hearing?
No.
You're guessing?
Yeah. Then they're ready to play on August the 6th. It's a Friday, August the 6th. They're ready to play. That would be great.
Can I ask you where the American players are going to quarantine, the ones that have no money that are coming up and playing for the minimum? Where are they going to stay for that week?
Don't know.
Yeah. Get back to me when you know.
Too many things. That's
hey, we got a brand new sponsor here. I'm going to get to your comments in a moment because there's some good ones coming in. Pucks U, folks. Yes, that's right. Pucks University. Sign up for the Pedersen Playoff Special at universityofpucks.com and learn how to become one of the top NHL, DraftKings, and FanDuel players on the planet. For only $20, RP Show viewers get full site access from now until they hoist the cup. $20, John, that's it.
That's incredible.
Pucks U has it all, from systems, stats, strategies, and more. You can't afford not to sign up at universityofpucks.com. We have people writing in from all over the continent every day with our betting advice. And I'll tell you straight out, I don't mislead you. I'm not comfortable giving you betting advice. Pucks U is. You're obviously willing to spend the money anyways on gambling, so why not put down $20 and sign up at universityofpucks.com with the promo code Pedersen Playoff Special with Pucks U.
Wow.
And then get back to us and let us know how it went. Hang on. Now, you guys aren't even making sense. Larry in Medicine Hat says we don't need all 9. We just need at least 6 for this season. What are you talking about? Do you actually think that? You don't think in the league constitution it's barred the league from playing without all 9 teams? Do you think they haven't thought about that already? Larry, you can't be serious in Medicine Hat with that.
I think he probably is, though.
Hey, Nelson, our VP of Sim Events, says Frenzy is spot on. A leaked memo to the players from General Manager O'Day. Report day is July 2nd. 7-day quarantine. Camp opens July 10th. I didn't say he was wrong. I'm asking, where are the Americans going to quarantine? Unless the Rough Riders have that all set up. Listen, I read the leaked memo, too. I didn't see anywhere in there where the players have somewhere to stay to quarantine. That's just a question that I'd like to have the answer to.
They have to go there for a week, do they? I mean,
well, that's the government regulation, yes.
This quarantine thing is really something else. I hear about the people at the curling. You can't do anything. You got to live in, lock yourself in the dressing room. Not lock yourself. Well, I guess it is. You lock yourself in the dressing room. Can't even walk around the hotel. I mean, they get the food, gets sent in. I mean, unreal.
I know. I got to interrupt. You're 100% right. But we did an interview yesterday with a WHL person. It's going to air on the weekend on the Rod Pedersen Show Weekend Edition on Access Television. And the guy basically said how horrible it is in that bubble. It's either game day or it's not game day. You can't even leave your facility for a walk. You can't even go for a walk, John, because of health restrictions. And it didn't come across as whiny or ungrateful. It didn't. But it was, we've been in here for 2 months. These aren't pros. These are teenage boys. And what I got out of that was everybody's hurting. Even the leagues that are playing is hurting, let alone all the leagues that aren't playing, and the staffs and the coaches. And who wrote in here and said the CFL has no power over the government? Well, we all know that they have no power over it. They've tried. I think this is the hardest realization. It's Jack in Alberta. You know Jack. Yep. He says the CFL has no power over the health officials. CFL isn't misleading us on purpose. They're trying, like all of us, to hope on hope. That's why they keep saying, go get vaccinated, go get vaccinated. You have.
We're going to start to count it. We're going to get vaccination totals every day now, aren't we? See what figures are at.
Well, I don't know if we are or not.
That's what's going to happen. And then when people figure they've got 100,000 vaccinated, there's got to be a lot of those that are football fans and can go and get tickets.
Well, and
I guess that's the way it is. I don't know.
Jeff in Winnipeg, Jeff Kabilas says, as a Wheat Kings fan, I need that jacket, Roddy. I got to tell you, I took this home, and even my wife was like, wow.
That's great.
That's very nice.
Hey, they do things.
They got the Cindy seal of approval.
Brandon Wheat Kings traditionally says, I've been around, do everything first class. And they're great winners. They're great winners in here, but have a tough time in the Memorial Cups, as you know.
2 league titles under McCrimmon's watch. That's the main thing. It's a crapshoot come Memorial Cup time, as you know.
Yeah.
From the Puck and Pigskin podcast in Red Deer. He says American players would have to quarantine in a $700 a night hotel for 14 days, thanks to our wonderful government.
Well,
I forgot about that. You're right.
100 guys in quarantine. I mean, that's no, it isn't.
Whatever
100.
it is, even if it's 80.
No, it's 80, about 75 to 80. Yeah, but it's still a lot of people. I can't figure it out. I mean, it's going to be. I don't know how guys can stand without going squirrely.
Carlos in Indianapolis says all the unknowns lead to massive swings between hope and despair. Yes, and that's the mental health aspect of all this that not too many people, unfortunately, are talking about. Where was I'm trying to find a comment here. Oh, from Dargon, watching on YouTube, says, do the CFL owners love football?
Boy, is that a great question. That really hits it right where it hurts, eh? I presume they are. I think they are. The ones I know, I think, own the team, not own the team. They don't own the team. I think they love the team. I know they're under funny pressure.
They don't love losing money. They don't love losing money.
They don't
love losing millions.
They don't love losing millions. They don't like being in the spotlight. But they like the fact they're there. And they want to win.
They like to watch their football team. And it's a toy for them that's become a very expensive toy. Yeah, I got to think people all know that, don't they? You understand that? These guys got in this to have a hobby and own a sports team, and all of a sudden, the water got up to here on them.
Yeah, but
that's where they're at. You understand that?
Yeah, but
they do love. Hang on, they do love CFL football. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But this is This has gotten above their head. That's all.
Not the time to be in the rider executive, if you want to be.
Well, Why?
Because,
the volunteer board that can walk away at any time with no skin in the game?
Well,
we're not talking about those guys, John.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys hang in there.
We're going to talk about the Blue Jays when we come back, all right?
Okay.
Barry Davis joins us to talk a little Blue Jays baseball. Jays are at Tampa Bay tonight. It is the RP Show. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back to the RP Show, everybody. Pizza Pops has weighed in for another Friday. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you want to put their comment up or not. Pizza Pops watching in Winnipeg today. There you go. They're not happy with criticism of their product. And by the way, neither am I. Do we have Barry Davis ready to roll? He is? Okay. Just one. Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s watching, he says, hey, let's all submit our thoughts on the CFL 2021 theme songs for the season. Great start, John Ohm in Winnipeg. Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. What is your theme song for the 2021 CFL season? John Ohm and Winnipeg started with Living on a Prayer. We've watched Barry Davis for many, many years following the Blue Jays on Rogers Sportsnet. And the Jays, after a day off, are at Tampa Bay tonight. Let's bring Barry in now. And Barry, if you don't mind, it's a Western Canadian show. I got to ask you, does the CFL, has it ever rated on your radar as a GTA guy?
I would say back in the days when John Candy was part of the ownership team, there was a lot of excitement. I think there was some excitement when Doug Flutie was a member of the team, yet there seemed to be more attention to Doug Flutie once he left the CFL and became an NFL quarterback. So, yeah, the CFL in Toronto, a very small pocket of fans who are very loyal. Hamilton, it becomes a little bit larger. But yeah, honestly, it's sad that there's not a good market here for the CFL. I'd much rather see them spread out into places like Nova Scotia, right? Maybe in Quebec City, places where they will support the CFL.
Trust me, I get it.
It's a great game.
That's a wonderful game. And there was no wrong answer for that. I was just curious. It's 25 to 30 years ago that you were. Cool. But Blue Jays is your thing. And we had your good friend Arash on the other day. Was it just yesterday? I think it was. We're talking about the Jays and just how exciting they are. They open up at Tampa Bay tonight. What's been your take through the first 2 to 3 weeks of this regular season?
I think that this team is young. I think this team is hampered by injuries. Look, normally we're not going to make excuses about an injured team, but we're talking 3 of your back-end bullpen guys are injured right now, including your closer and 2 kids that are, both very capable of being great setup guys or closers themselves. You are missing 3 of your starters. You're missing your top hitter in George Springer. So this team has been decimated by injuries. Don't forget Teoscar Hernandez as well is out. Having said that, I think this team has actually done better overall record-wise than I would suspect they would be with the number of injuries and the fact they don't have the depth. My concern with, if there is one right now, and I think there is one, and that's the defense overall. You can struggle offensively, you can struggle as a pitcher, but once you start struggling defensively, then it becomes an issue. And I think it's more or less guys getting in the right headspace, guys just focusing more. They're better than this. These are not bad defensive players. These are good defensive players that are all going through a bit of a struggle right now, and it's costing them games.
Well, I got to ask you this. We talked about the growth of the kids coming up through the system, and we feel, Barry, you and I have never met, but I feel like I know you because I've watched you forever. And
virtually.
These kids, Biggio, Vladdy, Bo Bichette, we've seen them come up as kids. My question is, will they all still be together by the time their next contract's up? Because in hockey, that's the thing. You often say it's going to be hard to keep this young group together. Do you see good things on the Jays' horizon? Is keeping them in the years ahead, is it a thing to worry about being able to keep the core together?
Well, of course you have to worry about it because none of them are signed to long-term deals. Now, the nice thing about Major League Baseball is you have control for a certain amount of years and they go through arbitration. So they're not going to be free agents for a while. But you don't want to get to a situation where any of those 3 guys are free agent. You want to lock them all up. I think it's pretty clear that each of those 3 guys are going to be a huge part of this organization. They love playing with each other. They've come up through the system together. They would love nothing more than to go on and win a World Series as a group. Rogers has to step up and give all 3 of these guys extended contracts because they are all a part of it. And I know many are going to look and say, Biggio's really had a rough time. He's not making the throws. He's really struggling. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's the real deal. All 3 of them are. They need to sign all 3 of them. And it is on Rogers and management to get these things done before they even go to arbitration, because arbitration does nothing but create bad blood, because the player and his agents are talking about how great they are, and then management's always going to come back and say why they're not good enough to get this contract. And even if they do work it out, there's always some kind of bad blood there. So more than anything, I would like to see them sign all 3 of the guys, especially this guy on my shirt here, by the way. I didn't know if you noticed my
I do.
My Vladdy shirt here.
Listen, is that pre-weight loss or after? Like it's
No, this is old. This was I was selling these a couple of years ago, and then I was told that we're not allowed to sell them because the lettering on the Toronto was too similar to that of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah. I gotcha. Hope.
That's another story for another day.
That's a story for another day. We have viewer comments and questions coming in, by the way, for you, Barry. I'll fire them at you when we're done here. But when you talk about money and signings, let's talk about George Springer, the highest paid Blue Jay of all time, has yet to take the field. I see he's going to participate in an intra-squad game here today. Before we get how big of an impact when he does come back? Because he strikes me as a guy that just won't play unless he's 100%. When he does come back, what's his impact going to be, do you think?
Oh, well, it should be huge. I mean, first of all, he's going to be your leadoff hitter. The Jays don't have a leadoff hitter right now. They tried Simeon. I don't get Simeon as a leadoff hitter. He strikes out way too often. You need a guy that can get on base, that can work a walk, work pitch counts. I know he has speed, Simeon does, but George Springer is your leadoff hitter. He's also your leader in the clubhouse. And as much as he probably is still showing that leadership when he's around the team, when you're a leader, you want to be out there doing it. You don't want to be just the one talking. You want to be out there actually leading by example. So I think he's going to have a huge impact, not only as far as the numbers he gives, but the impact he's going to have on other players. I think that's going to be a huge, huge factor to have him back. And it looks as though it's going to be soon, right? The good news is a quad injury is not overly serious as long as it's taken care of.
Well, and that's my question. I'm looking up his contract here. $151 million. How many years is it, Barry?
I want to say it's
6 years.
At least 6, maybe.
It is 6. I'm sorry, 6 years, 150. Well, the Jays should be a contender within those 6 years. Does he stay a Jay by the end of his contract, do you think, to see the good days here?
Well, I tell you what, if they win a World Series in 2 years, who knows what's going to happen?
It's worth it.
But as long as this team is competing, as long as this team is building, I don't see any reason why George Springer won't be here. If for some reason this team just goes into the tank completely, over the next couple of years, then they may end up trading him at some point. But that's long, long off from now. And I think the chances are really good that he's going to be around this team when good things do start to happen.
What is the starting pitching situation as we sit here today with the Toronto Blue Jays? Hyun-Jin Ryu is healthy. Where's Pearson at? Because going into the season, everybody was criticizing it. What is the health situation with their starting rotation?
It's not good. It really isn't good. Now, the good news is Nate Pearson is working his way back and hopefully should return to the rotation relatively soon. Robbie Ray has been what Robbie Ray normally is, right? He's going to strike out a lot of guys. He's also going to walk a lot of guys. So you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days from him. Matt's looked really, really good and kind of has a little bit of Jimmy Key to him for older people out there that remember Jimmy Keys. So there's a little bit of a similarity there. It just has so many guys out right now. Now, it's great for some of the younger pitchers to have the opportunity to say, hey, listen, I can be a starter too. And we saw that with Thornton the other day. I think Borucki, although, when I put it out there that I'd like to see Borucki in the rotation at some point, I had a lot of people say, no, keep him there. He looks great there. He looks great there. And I agree. For this year, keep him there. He looks great. Somewhere down the line, I still look at Borucki as a starter. I think that when he was starting pre-injury, he looked really good. So this is an opportunity now for some of these younger players that were kind of thinking at the end of spring training, this sucks. They went and got all these, veteran guys, and now I don't have a chance. They have a chance now. And I think they have to find a way to not have Tanner Roark in that starting rotation or in the bullpen, really.
From the viewers, quite a few. Craig Monroe says, ask Barry for his honest thoughts on Montoyo as a manager. And Troy in Toronto says, is Charlie Montoyo the manager to lead this team to a World Series? So two guys want to know the same thing, Barry.
Yeah, and whenever a team is struggling in certain areas, the manager's always going to hear it first. From what I hear from players, they love Charlie Montoyo. They love playing for him. I've heard people with a lot more experience in baseball than I have, simply because they played the game, talk about what a great manager he is. He's still a young manager, and he's going to be prone to make mistakes. And one of the biggest challenges a manager can ever face is when he tries to put up his lineup card and sees that he doesn't have a lot there. There were many complaining and saying, why did they not pinch hit for Danny Jansen the other night? Well, you need someone that is good enough to be putting in that spot to hit for Danny Jansen. I understand the beef of a lot of fans. All I ask is let's give it a little more time. We're still so early into this season. The Jays have played very well against New York. they are not out of it by any realm of the imagination. I think that I can give you a better idea of how good of a manager Charlie Montoyo is once I see a healthy lineup. There are certain moves that he makes that you question, but give me a manager the Blue Jays have had, or anybody has ever had, where you're not questioning, why did they do this? Why did they pull this guy? Why did they put this guy in? Should have pinch hit for this guy. Why is this guy not bunting? Whenever something goes wrong, the manager's always going to hear it. When something goes right, it's all the players. So I tend to kind of just sit back and say, let's give it a little bit more time. I'm still not 100% convinced he's going to be a great manager, but by no means am I thinking that the Jays should be looking to replace him yet.
Well, let's look at the pros. The players love him, got him into the playoffs. And by the way, he's just signed a 5-year extension, so it doesn't matter what all of us think. Obviously, Ross Atkins believes that he's the guy, so away we go. From Alex Nolfi, he says, hey, Rod, if you can squeeze in a question, could you ask Barry what the transition from sports broadcasting to his post-Sportsnet life has been like?
Oh, so much more relaxing. Yeah, so much more, a lot less stress. And when you see what's going on in the world right now, the job I had wouldn't even be that job anymore, because I wouldn't be traveling. I wouldn't be, sitting in ballparks. I'd be sitting in a studio, doing my job from there. So I was on the road for a good 25 years, and I missed a lot of my personal life. I miss watching my son grow up, who's now 21 years old. So for me, it is, I get the best of both worlds right now. I get to do a podcast. I get to talk to former Blue Jay players all the time. By the way, Eric Kratz will be on our show this Sunday, former Blue Jay, great guy. We also have, over the next couple of weeks, this is where I do my little self-promotion plug here, by the way, Rod. We've got Jeremy Accardo and his wife, Carly. Now, you may have seen what's gone on. Their 9-year-old daughter passed away from cancer about 4 or 5 months ago, and they live in Arizona, and the Phoenix Coyotes have done some amazing things. They put her on their Ring of Honor. They've done so many things to help her, and we're going to talk to them about how they're getting on with their life. And then the following week, we've got Marco Estrada coming on. So we've got lots of great guests coming up. So there's my plug for that. As far as adjusting, if I was still, I look at it this way. Since I left Sportsnet, I've gotten myself back into making music. I have met hundreds of new people, including yourself, whom I never met when I was there. I always look at the positives. I try not to look back and say what I should have done, what I could have done, where I could have been. I like where I am right now, and I like being able to talk open and honestly about, the Toronto Blue Jays and be able to carry on conversations with players and not have someone sitting there with a clock saying you've only got 2 minutes to do this. So I'm happy.
Yeah, or you can't say this, or you have to say this, because I get it all the time, by the way, from people. They're like, Rod, you look so happy. You look younger. What's the deal? No stress. That's what you just said.
That's right.
Yeah, so where can people
I'm sitting
find
in my basement studio, right?
Yeah, I know. It's the best thing. Where can people find your podcast, by the way?
Okay, so we are just recently, over the last month, we're now on YouTube every week. So if you look up Out of the Park, you will see us. You can click there. You'll see our full episodes each and every week on YouTube. If you still are into the listening phase, we're on SoundCloud. We're on Google Play. We're on iTunes. We're working on getting ourselves into Spotify as well. So there are lots of places. If you follow me on Twitter, @BarryDavis_, I'll have my links up there for all the shows that you can see.
Good stuff, Barry. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games.
All right, Rod, take care. Always great to be on with you, pal.
Thank you, buddy. Barry Davis from the Out of the Park podcast joining us. Armando Moreno is watching in Mexico City, and he says, what's Marco Estrada up to these days? Well, tune into the podcast next week. We don't want to let it out of the bag. Let's do a sports update. There's breaking news on this Friday morning, and it's not great. Out of the Saddle Dome, the Calgary Flames canceled their morning skate today as a precaution due to one positive player test from Thursday's COVID-19 testing. The team added the player is in isolation, and all other staff players have tested negative. So clearly the game is a go tonight, the Flames and the Canadiens. But again, morning skate canceled due to a COVID situation. Blue Jays outfitter George Springer will play an intra-squad game today as he continues his return from 2 strained muscles that have delayed his Toronto debut. The Jays are opening a 3-game set against the Rays in Tampa. 5:10 first pitch Mountain Time on Sportsnet. A couple of CEBL notes. The Fraser Valley Bandits announced today that the club has signed versatile guard and Canisius College alum Jamel Reynolds for the upcoming CEBL season. He's no stranger, Reynolds, to the CEBL season, previously playing for the Guelph Nighthawks in 2019 and 2020. He was a key cog for Guelph and finished in the top 5 in several statistical categories, including 2nd in points, 5th in rebounds, and 5th in assists per game. Meanwhile, the Saskatchewan Rattlers, member club of the CEBL, excited to announce the re-signing of Jelaine Price. This will mark Price's 3rd consecutive season with the team. The Innisfil, Ontario product played college basketball for the University of Winnipeg, Westman. Canada's Brooke Henderson is tied for 4th, entering the 3rd round of the LPGA's Hugel Air Premia LA Open. Brooke fired a 6-under 65 and is now 8-under for the tourney. The Canadian was tied with Angela Stafford, 5 strokes back of American Jessica Korda. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, now with 8 amazing flavors, RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. Moose DuPont in next. We're going to turn it over to you. Viewer takeover the rest of the way. It's a Flame Tech Football Friday, and you are watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 Ford F-150, Ranger, Escape, and more. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation, 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination. at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved.
Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. And Moose Dupont is back with us as well. How you doing, Moose?
I'm good.
What's with the cardigan? What do you got on there?
I don't know.
You're so stylish.
Sweater. It's a little chilly today. Like, where is the 15 degrees that we were expecting?
I can't wait to get the Jeep rolling. And for that matter, neither can Lynch.
Yeah.
My wife has refused to drive in Big Bird, so the only passenger I have is John Frenzy. She won't ride in it because of her hair. And I understand it. She doesn't like to get it blown around.
Yeah, fair.
Are you guys ready with the Blue Jays graphic? Do you have it or no? You do? I should have probably mentioned this when we were interviewing Barry Davis of Rogers Sportsnet. These are Come On Officials odds, the official odds for your American League East Division winner. The Toronto Blue Jays are coming in at 6.00. Meaning if you bet $10, it'll return you $60. With the Blue Jays getting hot and George Springer about to come back, this will be a nice futures bet to look at with your official betting partner, Come On Official Canada, right here. Blue Jays at 6.00. What are we thinking? This is to win the American League East, man.
Yeah,
the pennant.
If Springer comes back, though, it's when you want to catch him. You want to put your money down when they're not in first place. Right? And you just assume they're going to get there. Now, if you want to bet on Baltimore, I think you could probably buy all the vaccines for Canada that we need, because Baltimore has no chance. And I saw the odds. They're so far out of it. But the Jays, that's a bet you might actually win some money on.
Sign up now at comeon.com. Follow their social feeds at ComeOnOfficial and download the app. The official betting partner of the RP show is Come On Canada. So, for viewer takeover, Darren, you're okay with jumping into it early, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, of course.
We had a great interview there with Barry Davis. I don't know if you caught any of it in your office. Talked about how his life is in the post-Sportsnet era with the Blue Jays. And Darragon's watching in Southern Ontario on YouTube and says, Rod, what's the one thing you've learned from freelancing and doing your own thing? As soon as I saw that, I'm like, it's hard to narrow it down to one thing.
Yeah.
And you and I talk about this almost every day and every second night when we're going into broadcast hockey games. And I will only say this, and you can read between the lines however you want. What I've realized since I left mainstream media, there's a lot of people in sports and media and sports media that have no idea what they're doing. And I never noticed that for the 30 years when I was in the tunnel with my blind, like just not even looking around, just doing my thing. Buried in what was my past job as the voice of two teams and hosting a talk show, right? Emceeing all those, just like I don't have time to breathe and think about everything else.
Yeah.
I'm so in my own forest here. I get out of the forest and go, whoa, there's a lot of people that have no idea what they're doing. And you can guess what league that is, what media outlet that is, what teams those are. Do that on your own. But that's the number one thing. There's a lot of people in this industry that have no clue what they're doing. And to me, that is scary as hell. How about you? What have you learned?
I've learned, well, when you're on your own and you're doing your own thing, this goes to entrepreneurship, to freelance broadcasting. It's incredibly risky because one of the things you lose is that comfort of a paycheck every 2 weeks. You never know when you're getting paid, right? You never know when those checks are coming in because you submit an invoice. So that financial uncertainty, but then it's power, it's freedom, it's happiness to be able to invest your time into what you want to do. And if you believe in yourself and double down on yourself, then you're going to have success. And like being able to know that, okay, I'm going to do this game and say yes to the things I want to do, say no to the things I don't want to do, and you're incredibly so much more happy.
I think people can see that with us. It reminds me of James Franklin when he announced his retirement, when he said, I don't know what I want, but I know it's no longer football. And that's where you mentioned, so there's the freedom. That's the other thing. Because I'm a hockey guy at heart. And for 20 plus years, because I never played football, I never obviously coached it. I grew up a baseball and hockey fan. I knew nothing about football. It was a lot of work to get that job done. And I think I did it successfully because I've got football people that think I'm a football person. But I'm not. So now to be able to breathe and do what I want to do, which is this show, and do hockey, and I can work in the Junior A League, I can work in the Major Junior League, and I can go back and do football too. There's opportunities in Canada West football, there's opportunities in PFC football, but I get to decide what I want to do. I'm not being told what I have to do by somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Had this little discussion with my wife the other day. I said, I can't go back. I can't answer to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. I can't do it. How about you? Yeah. What else do we have?
Life is good now.
Just really I can't do it.
But it's not for everybody. I mean, you can't just say, I'm going to go do my own thing and have no real skills or no ability to actually succeed at it. Then you're tremendously in trouble. Like, there is a lot of benefit to having that paycheck coming in.
Okay, full-on viewer takeover next segment. Larry in Medicine Hat says, so if 6 CFL teams want to play and 3 don't, can 3 teams forfeit the whole season? Larry, they did it last year. Jason Fichter, our good friend from the Rider Prider fan page, writes in and says, remember, August is over 3 months away, so not all is doom and gloom. The feds just announced health restrictions could be lifted by summer, according to federal modeling. Also remember, most of the American players coming up here would be fully vaccinated already. I'm staying positive. We all want the CFL to play. We're all on the same page with that. We're just pointing out what the hurdles are, and a lot of them remain. But we'll continue with this next in overtime. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Back on the air for overtime for Larry in Medicine Hat, if he hasn't turned it off yet. Darren says I might have misunderstood his question. Do you want to clarify what you think he might have been saying, Larry in Medicine Hat?
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but not that 3 teams can forfeit the whole season for everybody, but can those 3 teams that don't want to play forfeit their season? So every time they come up on your schedule, it's a win. They're just going to forfeit every game. And that's just not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
They can't do that. You're either all in to play or you're not, right?
Remember this question. I'm going to come back on it. They said, Rod, where do you see the CFL in 5 years? Ryan Gregory on YouTube. We'll come back to that. I just want to point out the business of the week for Direct West and MySask 411. We got it, Darren. Peter's Cleaning Service. And you can find them on the MySask 411 app because we do care about our customers. They're at 18 Crow Street here in the Queen City. At Peter's Cleaning Service, we offer you daily, weekly, or monthly contract cleaning at prices you can afford. We take pride in the high-quality job we do and guarantee our workmanship. We use the latest truck-mounted equipment to get your carpet and upholstery as clean as possible. We offer 24-hour service and do not charge for overtime. Sounds like a dream.
Oh, yeah.
Peter's Cleaning Service. And all you got to do is download the MySask 411 app. You can very simply go in and in the search engine put cleaning services. Peter's comes up. Plus a host of others. But that is our business of the week. Peter's Cleaning Service in the Queen City. Thank you. What else? We haven't faced off yet, for the love of God. Okay. Having too many sponsors is a good thing. I know that.
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy. My mind's swimming. And the thing is, we got a full 6 minutes to actually get down in this. Okay. Where I want the CFL to be in 5 years isn't necessarily where it will be. Can we agree on that? This is where I want it to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
For the Mad Greek and Ultimate Fan Zone. It is a completely North American league with 20 teams, 22 teams. 10 in Canada, 10 in America, and 2 in Mexico. And we can still call it the Canadian Football League, although I'll settle for the CFL, the Continental Football League, that has a ratio for each country. Territorial in America, Canadians in Canada, Mexican players in Mexico, and let's go. It's on all the networks. It's a huge moneymaker. We're all betting on it. It's jobs for everybody, and they're playing Canadian rules. In 5 years, that's what I would like to see. Will it happen? Probably a 2% chance. What would you like to see for the CFL in 5 years?
Oh, man. It's such a great question. And I'd love to see the Canadian Football League expand to what I'd like to see is I'd like to see them expand to some of the smaller communities in Canada. I'd like to see them in Atlantic Canada. I'd like to see them in Halifax and Moncton. I'd like to see teams, maybe a team in Regina and Saskatoon. Maybe Red Deer's got a team. Maybe these mid-level cities, Medicine Hat, can support 8,000, 9,000, maybe 10,000 fans at a game, and they can do well. Maybe they're not going to do as well as Regina will do with 35,000, but they're doing well enough that they can make money. And I'd love to see the game grow and that you end up with 20 million people that are engaged in the Canadian Football League brand, the majority of the country watching and loving this game every day. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it hit some of those smaller markets, but I don't know if it will.
Our technical producer, Ryan, says Kelowna's got to be in the mix.
Yeah.
Kevin Olenek says Kamloops can support a CFL team. Jeff in Winnipeg says, I like that, Rod. How about that? Blake
How
from
about
Kindersley says you hit it on the nail, Rod. CFL rules. From Jack in Alberta, totally on board with your vision for the CFL. So that's what we're hoping. And our face-off is brought to you by the Mad Greek Restaurant. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw, available for licensed dining, takeout, or delivery. Head to the madgreekeatery.com for more information. And I'm getting you, Johnny, you treat us a Connor Bedard rookie card. And I know that you're not going to sell it on eBay. He guaranteed me of that. The Ultimate Fan Zone also is your one-stop shop for the sports fans on your list. Visit the Man Cave, downtown Moose Jaw, or on Facebook. They've got Blue Jays gear arriving weekly at the Ultimate Fan Zone. From Tank Abbott, he says, definitely would not work. High school football in the States has more eyeballs than that. We're inclusive here in terms of opinions. So that's mine. You may not agree. Troy in Toronto says, I'm with Moose. Expand in Canada. Love it. Guys, I think we're tapped out in Canada. Sorry to tell you. That's why we're in the mess that we're in, not wanting to expand beyond the province's borders, but you do you.
You understand. I completely took off the business cap and
yeah, clearly
put on the fan
you
cap.
You do you.
The fan cap, but...
On our talk about what we're doing with sports talk here, Colin in Ottawa says there are a ton of people in sports media who will gladly take a paycheck to spew whatever the company they work for wants them to say. I'm not speaking about anybody else. I'll tell you this, that I had a figurative gun put to my head and said, you need to say this, and I knew it was a lie. That's when my love died for what I was doing. But I don't know about the other guys. I don't talk about the other guys and girls. I'm just speaking for me. And Troy in Toronto says, Rod, your show's format is how I would envision sports talk going more and more. And I think this format is so much better than traditional media outlets. The boring old format will never draw in younger listeners because they don't even own a TV or listen to traditional radio. Again, I don't know about that. It's me sitting in a chair, talking with my buds, spewing opinions, working great with Darren. And by the way, I'd probably say whatever I wanted to if the paycheck was big enough. My paycheck wasn't big enough to do what they were forcing me to do. That's the other side of it. So that's why we haven't talked about this for like a year and a half. We used to sit on this show and talk about that kind of thing forever, but we don't anymore. Last word to you, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Anything you can sneak in there?
Well, no, enjoy the game tonight because there's not many left.
Pats and the Moose Jaw Warriors. 8 p.m. tonight on Access Now Television. For the rest of you, we'll see you Monday right here on Game Plus and everywhere else.
You like me to shut up. He wants me to talk. How about that?